So you know how the Bible says that we only get two options for eternity, right? Heaven or hell. Have you ever wondered why those are your options? I'm about to hit you with a new perspective on this that I guarantee you have never heard before. Because I hear people say a lot that a loving, merciful God would not allow people to go to a place of eternal torment. It doesn't make sense, right? And I totally get that, but there is one factor that we're not considering. So first of all, let me just say this. This is not a choice based on your preferences. This is not like a chicken or beef, which one do you prefer kind of choice. Because contrary to popular belief, the God of the universe is not here to cater to your preferences. Crazy concept, I know. So first things first, let's all eat a big old slice of humble pie. Ask God to open our eyes and our ears and our hearts to understand. Okay, now that we've done that, let me give you the perspective shift. This choice that God gives you is the choice of a loving Father. See, God is not just this supreme ruler that is governing everything with an iron fist. He is a loving Father. Let me explain. So the goal of a loving parent is to guide your children in the right way so that they become generous, kind, loving individuals, right? And how do you guide your children to make the right choices? You present them with the right choice, the one that you want them to choose, and then you present them with the consequence of the wrong choice. For example, let's say that my son is disobeying our house rules. Maybe he's fighting with his sister, snatching toys from her, yelling at her, something along those lines. If my son was deliberately disobeying the house rules, I would sit him down and say, buddy, you have two choices here. The first option is that you can go apologize to your sister. You can start playing well with her. I can help guide you through the process of learning how to play together with her so that you're not fighting. That's option one. Option two is that if you continue this behavior, you will go to timeout. Do I want to send my child to timeout? Never. I want him to make the right choice, but I cannot control him because he's an individual. I can only guide him to the right choice. So think of how silly it would be if my son were to look at me and say, Mom, I did my homework. I ate all of my dinner. I cleaned my room. You're really going to send me to timeout even though I did all those good things? And I would say, yeah. Because this choice that you're making right now has nothing to do with the good things you did. You are disregarding house rules, and we cannot have that. Listen, guys, if you want to live in God's house forever, you're going to have to obey God's house rules because he's not here to cater to your preferences. Remember, he's a father. So the amount of good things that you've done on this earth, the good deeds, the life that you've lived has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not you made the choice to choose him. And listen, he knows you're going to mess up. That is why he sent Jesus for you. Because now all you have to do is say, hey God, I accept Jesus' sacrifice that he made on my behalf. I invite him to come into my life and to help lead me and guide me in the right choices to make. And when you do that, every mistake you make along the way is forgiven because you accepted the sacrifice. But you can't think that you can just live this life however you please and that God as a loving father is just going to be okay with that kind of behavior for all of eternity. You are going to have to submit yourself to him. You are going to have to say, God, I am not you. I do not know better than you. You know better than me, and I want you to guide me. That's all it takes. And so if you've never done that, if you've never accepted him into your heart and your life, I want to invite you to do that today. He loves you. He is for you. All he wants is for you to make the right choice and accept Jesus into your life. I genuinely hope that that helped somebody today. I genuinely hope that that was the perspective shift that somebody needed in order to get them on the right side of eternity.